You're never more here than when you're here. Here is more than just a horse race. Here is where you want to be. And here's the horse that's going to make it happen.
They're off in the Breeders' Cup.
Here she is, coming around the final turn,
And they're into the stretch.
making sure that this year, you won't be anywhere else, but here.
Annyeonghaseyo and welcome to live coverage of the 2025 OBS Korea Sprint and Korea Cup here at the Seoul International Racecourse. It is an absolutely gorgeous day in the Korean capital, and appropriately I'm joined by two experts on Korean horse racing. I have Seung Ryu directly to my right, and over on the side we have Alastair Middleton. Hello, gentlemen.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Andrew. How are you?
I'm excellent. I'm really enjoying my day here at the International Racecourse. The flags are out. The crowds of people are extraordinary coming through the gates today. So this is we'll talk about the racing later, but just as an event, this is a very special day for Korean horse racing. Seung.
Yes, on the way here, I witnessed the long queue for car parking, and the family enjoyed their lunch with the outside.
Yeah.
So it's a very beautiful scenery.
And
so
free entry, of course, today to the racecourse
yeah.
as well, which is always a big plus on the big race days here.
Care is very generous.
Yeah, right. And you're talking about the food there as well and the free entry. There are food trucks outside the main entrance. The smells, you got foods from all over the world beside those flags. It's a real carnival atmosphere in Seoul today.
Yes, it's very enjoyable, and then the KRA has been opted for to make this kind of atmosphere at the racecourse. So it looks like a kind of a family park.
Yeah, yeah. I think it does. There is a great mixture of people, old and young, here today, and of course people from Korea and all over the world. Alastair, you've been covering the racing here in Seoul for a long time now. Is this the highlight of the year for you?
Yeah, it certainly is. It's great to see all the flags up at Seoul Racecourse, the horses and jockeys coming from overseas as well, and a big sort of carnival atmosphere as well. We have other big race days, but the Korea Cup and Korea Sprint are always special.
Yeah, and of course we're going to go on to a segment soon just to kind of preview the Korea Sprint. Before then, Seung Ho is recognized by many people here as the man who started all this. So thank you for bringing the Korea Sprint and the Korea Cup to a global audience today.
It's very honored to be held like that. But actually, we started this kind of international races from 2013, and it came and grew until now. And then now we can see the 8th division of the Korea Sprint.
Yeah.
And we started the races only with Japan.
Yeah.
And later we got the Singapore horses.
Yeah.
And from 2016 we started the Korea Sprint.
Okay, great stuff. Well, look, as we said, we're going to preview more later on, but now here is a preview segment for the Korea Sprint, and we'll see you again soon.
So we're down to the second half, which is probably the first half of this event, the Korea Sprint. Korea Sprint to me is very special, and this is the event that is always so fascinating to see because it's so quick and energetic, and it's like an energy blast since the start and until the end, isn't it?
Well, the slogan of the whole race day is faster than ever, and generally year on year the Korea Sprint does get faster than ever, and once more it does look a fascinating event.
Well, I've never been so confused over several of the years to see in a race like this. This is going to be very difficult to find a standout winner out of this. What do you think?
It's looking very, very competitive. We've obviously got 3 very strong Japanese visitors coming across. We know that they're very, very strong. We have a bit of a dark horse from Hong Kong as well. And of course, the locals, our sprint division is pretty strong. And we obviously have our one standout as well.
So let's have a look. That being said, I mean, we do have a lot of these sprinters joining here, but I don't see a particular racehorse that has a JRA success in these.
Yeah, I think very, very solid, if unspectacular sprinters is really the name of the day. Obviously, I mean, Chikapa was good enough to be taken to Saudi Arabia. He was given his chance there, and he's put together some very, very good results.
そうですね、去年からチカッパに乗ってるんですけど、すごくこうスピードとパワーのある馬で、ただ少しちょっとコントロールが、ね、難しいところもあるんですけど、ポテンシャルは高い馬ですね。そうね、あの時は少しこう、馬が少しエキサイトして、もう少しゆっくりリラックスして走れればもっと良かったんですけど、少しこう、ちょっと馬がこうエキサイトしたのと、少しこう馬が右の方に走ろうとするので、左回りだったんですけど、ちょっと乗りにくかったですね。そうね、あまり、雨は嬉しくはないですけど、でもそれはしょうがないし、でも 1200m はもう得意の距離なので、大丈夫じゃないかなと思ってます。グレースフルリープで勝ちました。少しこう少し難しい乗るのに難しいところがある馬ですけど、今日は枠ゲートも、ね、一番外だし、それはいいのかな、いい方に捉えて、いいレースできるんじゃないか、コンディションいいと聞いてるのでスタッフから、楽しみにしてますけど、長くジョッキーやってますから、でも、好きなジョッキーを39年できてるのですごく嬉しいですし、もっといっぱい勝ちたいなと思ってます。チャンスのレースだと思ってますし、せっかくなかなか韓国で乗るチャンスも少ないので勝ちたいなと思ってます。頑張ります。
I would think that these horses are gonna attract a lot of the NAR fans as well, which is gonna be another very exciting part of our race this year. And of these horses, our handicapper selection is Tagano Beauty.
4番のデラエレーでその外にオメガギネス4コーナーカーブ直線コースに向かいました。リードを取るタガノビューティがもう2番手争いに追ってきて、7番のガイアフォースと8番の石油、内ではドン・フランキー・イグナイターで奪っていますが、先頭は9番のペプチドナイル、追ってタガノビューティー、石油、さらにはガイアフォース、先頭は9番のペプチドナイルだ。ゴールイン2着争い3頭。
So Tagano Beauty, obviously he's gonna be Japanese standout, but we do have another one who is a consistent campaigner, that is Sunrise Hawk.
Yeah, Sunrise Hawk is a top horse, very consistent, and is able to comfortably get further than 1,200 meters. We do see that in a lot of the Japanese horses who come here. Obviously, the sand can be quite heavy. Even 1,200 meters can be quite a stamina test as well. He has left himself a little bit to do in his recent races, Sunrise Hawk, which can be a little bit of an issue, but obviously Remake was of a very similar profile. He won it 2 years in a row, just coming from off the pace, being ridden patiently and being strong.
That is the wrap-up about the Japanese visitors that are going to be here for Korea Sprint. And of course, we have home turf defender. I would say that our home turf defender for once has a great chance of defending the turf.
번호는 이제 3번, 4번, 5번, 6번 뭐 이 정도 번호를 생각했는데 올라가서는 원래 다른 거 번호 뽑으려고 했는데 눈에 번쩍해서 봤는데 그 동행이라는 글씨 뽑았더니 5번 뽑아서 이제 다들 좋아하고 잘 뽑은 것 같습니다. 일단 우승하기에 가장 이제 적합하다고 생각하고 상가마도 이미 달성했기 때문에 이제 좋은 모습 보이고 싶습니다. 제가 원래 기술 데뷔할 때부터 항상 마음속에 올해보다 내년이 더 발전하는 기수가 되려고 생각했는데 그게 실천되는 것 같아 요즘 기분이 되게 좋습니다. 사실 3관만 달성했을 때도 제가 진짜 막 세상을 다 가실 것 같고 그런 거보다 그냥 진짜 고생했다는 생각밖에 안 들었거든요. 그래서 뭐 우승해보지 않았으니까 아마 그때 되면 또 새로운 감정이 들지 않을까 생각합니다. 빈체로 카발로가 계속 예전에는 앞선의 전개를 해왔기 때문에 이제 이번에 연습할 때도 그 최대한 앞선에 좀 붙여서 이제 거리를 잘 재고 탈 생각입니다.
To go in the SBS Sports Sprint and it's Super Finish who leads. Cheguikum to the inside is Black Mamba. Victor Carvalho drives to the lead with a furlong left to run. Goes past Super Finish. Black Mamba up into second up on the inside. Black Musk finishing well, but it is Vincero Carvalho, the Busan Elbow Sprint winner. He wins the SBS Sports Sprint. A huge second place by Black Musk, and it's Black Mamba coming home in third. Vincero Carvalho, he cements his position at the top of the sprint division.
Well, Vincero Carvalho this year did something that a sprinter hasn't done before. He won all 3 legs of the sprint series. He has absolutely dominated the division.
And if he does so with this one...
It will be the Grand Slam, yes. He's very versatile. He can go from the front. He can come from behind as well. My only concern is...
Finishing up, we talked about Korea Cup and Korea Sprints, and we'd like to hear your verdict.
Well, I'm going to have to be very diplomatic and fence-sitting here, as, to be honest, I'm not really sure. I am expecting one of the Japanese horses to win. I'm not quite sure which one.
Ooh,
but
diplomatic.
it's going. I think it's going to be very tough to beat them. Obviously, we have our own star with Vincero Carvalho. He loves this track, and at his best, the only question is, can he run the kind of time that's going to be required to beat the visitors? It's a fascinating race. It's going to take a lot of handicapping this race. Very much looking forward to it.
Vincero Carvalho, like we said, we're going redundant about this. He does better than the expectation every single time, and full hats on Vincero Carvalho. And it's going to be a very interesting event this time around. Again, we are down to the very pinnacle of the very event from South Korea. It is the Korea Cup, happening in September 7th, Sunday at Seoul Racecourse.
마이티 네오 선라이즈 호크 블랙 머스크 디스파이트 윈 빈체로 카발로 아침 동자 셀프 임프루브먼트 마이티고 킹 애니데이 카디널 포스 슈퍼 피니시 타가노 뷰티 치카파
Hello everybody and welcome back to live coverage of the 2025 OBS Korea Sprint and Korea Cup here at the Seoul Racecourse. As you can see on the television, the horses are already out in the parade ring, so we're going to go through them one by one. I'm Farrell, Seung Ho and Alastair Middleton are alongside me. Coverage looks great. Should we start with the first horses on TV or just go through the numbers as they will appear?
I think we'll go through them in race card order. Might probably be the best thing to do as they go around in front of us.
Yes, some nice scenes there of the racetrack before. We saw the horses in the parade ring. We'll probably talk a little bit about the weather and the track later on. But Mighty Neo from Korea, ridden by Moon Se-young, is up first today. Seung-ho, what can you tell us about Mighty Neo?
Mighty Neo was imported last year from United States, and he is very well fit for the track in Korea. But he still need to grow.
Okay.
So maybe he will be the very good candidate for next year the Korea Sprint. Maybe this year he'd like to learn from other competitors.
He certainly made a big impact in his first couple of starts, or his first few starts, Mighty Neo. So we certainly had big hopes for him. He's put together a pretty decent record. 4 wins from 10 starts. I do agree with what Seung Ho said. We saw, of course, a year ago Vincero Cavallo. He made his breakthrough in this race a year ago, finishing in 6th place, and has obviously gone on to dominate the sprint ranks since then. So maybe it could be the same for Mighty Neo. Obviously, Moon Se-young is riding, the champion jockey, and draws very nicely. Give it a go. That's what they're going to do with Mighty Neo.
But the gate number 1 is always a tricky position. If he get a good jump, then it can be a very good start. But if he is not able to get a good jump, then he can be caught by horses from outside. So
Yeah, boxed in almost. Yeah. So a good start is necessary for Mighty Neo today, and it's only a 1,200 meter race. It starts at 3:25 p.m. here in Seoul, so a little bit under 20 minutes from now. Because it's a short track, 1,200 meters. If Mighty Neo does have a slow start, do you think that will absolutely end chances of winning today's race?
His best performance will come from on the speed, no doubt. So he's going to want to be up there. Yeah.
Okay. So number 2 today is Sunrise Hawk, one of 3 horses that have come over from Japan. Alastair, I'll start with you first. Can you tell us a little bit about Sunrise Hawk?
Yeah, look, he's certainly a good horse. He's won 3 times he's won 3 times at Japanese group level in Japan, which is like the local group level in Japan. He's a 6-year-old now. He began this year with back-to-back runner-up finishes at 1,500 meters and 1,200 meters. Look, he's got a good draw. He's another one who's going to want to get off to a fast start, and we know the quality that the Japanese can bring. He can certainly be in this.
Yeah, but the Sunrise wasn't. He hasn't had a great recent form.
Okay.
But his running style is not a early speed, but he usually finish the race off. So when he finished the race off, he used to take the outside track, the outside of the track. So he will make even though he got the gate 2, he will make a slow start. Maybe when turning the home turn, he would follow the sunny side.
Okay.
Yeah, they did say when talking to I think to the stable staff this week, he doesn't like the kickback, so he's going to want to be out of that one way or another.
I noticed the stable staff said that they think that this course is tougher than a lot of the other ones that they've ridden in Japan. Why do you think that is?
I think it's the surface makeup. I noticed they mentioned that sort of the sand is a little bit tougher to get through. Maybe the depth of the track is a little bit different.
Yeah.
Certainly, obviously, Japanese horses are very accustomed to training on this kind of race surface, and of course on the NAR level, the racing surface is very similar as well. And a lot of the time, you do need a horse that has got good stamina, even for the short distances here.
Japan sand track is even deeper than Korea. They are normally they maintain the surface at a 9 cm depth,
right.
But here it's a 7 cm. And luckily, we don't have a rain today, so the track speed will be the lenient for the Japanese runners.
So there's Mighty Neo on the TV now, but we're going to go to number 3, and a locally based horse, this time Black Musk. Seung, what can you tell us about Black Musk?
His recent form is good, but compared to the horse gator number 5, Vincero Cavallo, he is lower level than the Vincero Cavallo, but he will make a good race.
Yeah, fourth time. He's Mr. Korea Sprint, really. If we were calling you Mr. Korea Cup and Sprint, he's certainly giving you a run for your money in terms of Mr. Korea Sprint. This is his fourth time in the race. Yeah, like he was a super second to Vincero Cavallo in the SBS Sports Sprint. He wasn't able to maintain that, I think, in the final leg. He's a very, very good winner at the end of July. I know Tony thinks the world of this horse. Really, really loves this horse. As you said, is he at the Vincero Cavallo's level? On form, no, he isn't.
Yeah.
Let's move on to number 4 then. Despite Win, another locally based horse. Seung is the jockey for Despite Win today. Can we see an outside winner here?
It's a sort of a doubtful runner because he was struggling in the KRA Cup Classic, which was the 2,000 meter, and then he shifted to the sprint. So we need to see how he accustomed himself to the shorter distance. And we need to the early speed.
Yeah, I think Connections were a little bit annoyed with me when I asked him, isn't he more of a miler sort of thing? But in fairness, he has won at distances between 1,200 meters and 2,000 meters. So certainly he's pretty versatile. He likes to come from off the pace. I do see him as a minor money chance, but I think he's one who is still developing, even though he's 4 now. He's only got 11 races in the bank, and he's still getting better.
Number 5, Vincero Cavallo. It seems like this is where most of the local hopes are based today. Jojay Rowe is the jockey. I think you said he's already won 2 races today on this Sunday, September the 7th in Seoul. Is it accurate to say that this is the horse that most local punters would be hoping to see finish the line first?
I'd love to say Jojay Rowe has been practicing his finish line salutes today. You're right, he has partnered 2 winners already, so he is the jockey's certainly got his eye in today. Yeah, Vincero Cavallo has established himself as the dominant sprinter in Korea this year. He made his breakout performance in this race last year when he was 6 as a 3-year-old, and as a 3-year-old very low expectations as well, but he really dominated the sprint series. He hasn't raced since May. That is the sort of one question mark. He was due to go in a prep at the end of July. He was taken out of that. It was too hot. It was that really, really, really hot weekend. They decided not to run him. They put him through 2 trials in August just to sort of take the edge off him. And he should be ready for today. I watched both of those trials. It was very easy in the first. They dialed it up in the second. He should be ready.
If the spelling strategy is successful today, then the connection will need to know about 2 or 3 months spelling out of the season can be a very good opportunity for the horse to regain his form.
Yeah, it's interesting because I did see that quote. They just basically said it was too hot to race in the summer, and we know how hot it is over here in the summer, of course. And like you were saying, Seung, like if this plan works and Vincero Cavallo goes on to win the Korea Sprint today, then it will feel like it's a masterstroke to do this. Is there a doubt in the back of your mind that perhaps not having enough competitive action could come back to haunt them?
So when I learned about the international races, I was told that the very famous overseas trainer, he said the training horse is like make the horse like to learn when he is on the track. So if the horses are exhausted over the very hot weather and too much competition and then the restricted the environment, then it can be very stressful for him.
Right. Good, very interesting. So let's go on to horse number 6, which is Achim Dongja. There are 13 horses in today's race, so we're coming up to the halfway point. Another Korean horse ridden by Brazilian Ruan Maya. Alastair, what can you tell us about Achim Dongja?
Oh, he's a stablemate of Inshiro Cavallo, both under the training of Seung Sok. Ruan Maya, as you mentioned, is aboard. He's been in tremendous form recently. He's certainly challenging Moon Seung for the title of top jockey, currently riding at Seoul. Achim Dongja, he gets his chance. He's won 2 of his latest 3. They have been against opposition that is not comparable to what he faces today. It is a big step up for him. He's earned his spot in the gate with those performances. He's going to have to improve another notch if he's to compete here.
Yeah. In terms of placing, his recent form is quite good. But when you see his race record over the 1200 meter, the record itself is not the level of the within 5th position. So
racing from gate 6 today, do you think perfect for Achim Dongja?
Well, I think he could be gate 1, 6 or 13. I think his chances are probably similar, but there's no reason why he can't run a good race.
And it's interesting that we talk about horse number 6 there, Achim Dongja, because the only Hong Kong entrant into this race, Self-Improvement, they believe that gate number 7 is perfect for Self-Improvement, but they are worried about the horses directly inside them, so that would obviously include Achim Dongja. Why do you think they're worried about the horses inside, and how do you figure they could go in this one?
I think they're pretty happy with Self-Improvement in terms of his gate speed, so not needing to worry about the horses that are outside of him, not needing to worry about the horses who are in gate 1 and 2, just the ones who might stop him from getting a position nearby. So I think it's all about the start for Self-Improvement. I think they're going to jump and go and let Self-Improvement take his chance.
Yeah, the other years ago, we experienced the Hong Kong horse one or second.
Super Jockey?
Yeah, Super Jockey.
Or Fight Hero?
Fight Hero.
Fight Hero was second to
Fight Hero
Moanin.
was second, and the Super Jockey won the Korea Sprint.
Yeah.
And which means once the Hong Kong horses are able to have able to take the sand track, then we need to give him the benefit of the doubt, regardless of the international ratings.
Well, Fight Hero was a big long shot. He was put in the outside gate. That's another story. And he came up to just only be beaten a nose on the line by Moanin.
And
so
it was also the inquiry case.
It was. Yes, it was indeed. He might have won. He might have won that on another day. Yeah.
Would it be right to say that Self-Improvement is the outsider of the 4 foreign horses that are racing here today in terms of a victory?
I think on rating wise, that's a perfectly fair assessment. Yes.
But where do you have an outside?
You never know. You can never tell. A good Hong Kong horse can always be competitive here.
Yep.
Great. Seung-ho, number 8 today, Mighty Go from Korea. Kim Tae-hee is the jockey. What can you tell us about Mighty Go?
He probably might go. Not the mighty.
Will it be Mighty though? Yeah.
He might go, considering he's super second to the Inshiro Cavallo in the Busan, the G3 Busan Ilbo Sprint, but it was in March. Since then, no surprising the performance. So I just think of might go.
Okay, might go.
Yeah.
Just might.
Yeah, nothing to add to that really. hasn't really been able to match up with that brilliant performance earlier in the year.
As you can see in the TV there, perhaps there are under 9 minutes now till the race starts. So we're going to go on to horse number 9, which is King Any Day, ridden today by Yu Guang-hee. Alastair.
Yeah, look, I think it's fair to say he's not a regular winner, King Any Day, 4 from 35 now. His recent form is okay. He doesn't tend to run bad races. He's got a 4th, a couple of 3rds. From his latest 2, but again, they've not really been in the sort of. He's not been competitive when he's been stepped up into the best company. He ran in the SBS Sports Sprint a little bit earlier this year. He did have a hard time. He's a Class 2 horse back at Busan, and he's going to need to step up.
I hope he could be a king someday.
Right.
And I hope he race coming good into the race.
Okay.
Today.
So a king someday, but probably not today.
Not today.
Yes, I love Seung-ho's name changes here. These are providing some unexpected
I just hope the connections are not listening.
Well, maybe we'll have another one for Cardinal Force. Number 10 today. Seung-ho, what can you tell us about Cardinal Force?
I don't want to say, but Cardinal Force would be a kind of the also ran runner.
Okay.
Yeah, look again. He's only 3 years old.
Yeah,
He's got plenty of time. I don't think today will be the day for Cardinal Force. He got his first Class 2 level win over a mile in August. There's still plenty of scope for improvement. Hopefully this will be a good experience for him. You're right, I can't really see him troubling the judges.
Okay, well, we're moving towards the last 3 horses now. We have about 7 minutes to go, and imagine the excitement levels are off the charts in the 2 main grandstands here at the Seoul World Cup the Seoul Racecourse track. The odds should be coming up on your screen now if you're able to watch those 2, and we'll get on to horse number 13 at the end, taking most of the interest today. But will Super Finish have a super finish, Alastair?
Well, he was 4th behind Vincere Cavallo in a couple of lengths of the sprint series. He was 2nd over this distance at Class 1 level. He's not got the ideal draw, and I think he certainly has a little bit more to find in this company. On his best, he could sneak into a 5th or a 6th, maybe.
But next time.
Next time,
finish super.
Yeah.
Super.
Okay.
Very good. Well, we're going to wrap up now with the final 2 horses from today. They're both coming over from Japan. It's probably fair to say that they're both highly regarded too. We have the 8-year-old Tagano Beauty. The jockey is Shu Ishibashi. Alastair, I think there's plenty of excitement for this horse today.
Yeah, definitely. Shu Ishibashi, good to see him back at Seoul, riding at Seoul for the first time in 15 years. He rode the winner of the YTN Cup all the way back in 2010. And Tagano Beauty, very interesting one. He's 8 years old. He's a veteran of how many races is it? 42 or something. He's never run at 1,200 meters, which is quite interesting. But we see that a lot. Japanese winners in the past, they've tended to be 1,400 meter specialists, which certainly Tagano Beauty is. That can be a big plus for him here. He has drawn wide. Again, not so much of a problem, I don't think, for him. Tagano Beauty, he should be competitive.
Yep, he should be competitive. Alastair will be leaving us soon. He has to go off to the commentary booth, so we'll just get in Chikapa first. And I'm going to start with you, Seung-ho, because I know you're very interested to see the Yutaka Take interview before we came on air. So what would you like to tell us about the favourite? By the looks of it, the outstanding favourite for the Korea Sprint.
Yeah, the Korean fans, racing fans, they remember Take Yutaka. He rode the horses when he won the Korea Cup with the Grace Philippe.
The sprint with Grace Philippe, 2017.
2017. His riding was so impressive. So at the straight, he pushed the horse, but we couldn't feel any slightest movement. He was like a cruising yacht. And horse was very comfortably moved forward at the final leg. So if he is able to control this horse, because when having seen his interview the last time, Chikapa tried to have the right leading limb, though the track was left-handed. The Seoul race course is also left-handed, and the number is 13 outside the gate. And if the horse is using the right limb right after the jump, because we are approaching the first turn, it's the left side. So if we able to control the horse properly at the first turn, then we should have the focus this horse.
Yeah. You have a minute and a half before you leave us, Alastair. What would you like to add to that?
Yeah, no, and Chikapa is obviously the warranted favourite here. He's currently 140 in the local pool, so certainly punters are remembering that 2017 ride by Yutaka Take. Yeah, he showed us a sort of hint of returning to form, I think, when he was 4th last time out. I think he can be peaking today, Chikapa, and he does shape very much as the one to beat. And
like Seung-ho was saying, you don't think Gate 13 is going to have any impact?
I don't think that'll be too much of a problem at all. We've seen winners from the Korea Sprint come from pretty much anywhere in the gate, and I think certainly Take at the controls is obviously, goes without saying, is a big plus.
I'll talk to Seung-ho about this when you have departed us for the commentary booth, Alastair. But before you go, we might as well get your opinions on this. We're expecting you to say Chikapa is going to win. Would that be correct?
I did put Chikapa on top. I'm not going to change my mind from my original ones. I did put Chikapa on top ahead of Vincere Cavallo, Sunrise Hawk, and Tagano Beauty. My little outsider would be Black Musk. He can run a race from time to time.
Okay, so you think it's going to be Japan 1, potentially a Korea 2. It'd be very exciting if Vincero Cavallo is able to come in. So your outsider bet...
Black Musk.
Black Musk. Excellent stuff. You're excited for the commentary?
Absolutely. I'm going to leave you now. I'm going to clamber onto the roof, and I'll see you after the race.
Enjoy. Seung, what about yourself then? Who do you think is going to win today's race?
I believe among 3 Japanese horses.
3 Japanese horses,
yeah.
Okay. Any particular reason you don't have the same confidence in Vincero Cavallo that...
I hope Vincero Cavallo to be within the placemaker.
Okay. Very good.
Race 7 in Seoul, the local Group 1, international Group 3, OBS Korea Sprint. 13 runners, and the favourite number 13, Chikapa, the top choice in the market. He's at 130. Over number 2, Sunrise Hawk at 590. And they're followed in by number 5, Vincero Cavallo, the best of the rest, the local at 12.10. Well, big crowds out on the scene at Seoul Racecourse ahead of the sprint. As the first one hopefully to load, Sunrise Hawk, not the easiest of loaders. Kohei Matsuyama waiting in the gate. And they'll hope to bring in Sunrise Hawk presently. The others waiting patiently. Just to look down at the some of the other odds here. Suddenly in the exotics, the top combination is 2 and 13. So Chikapa and Sunrise Hawk. Followed by 5 and 13, Vincero Cavallo, Sunrise Hawk. 12 and 13, Tagano Beauty, the next one, the third Japanese contender. As for Hong Kong's self-improvement, he is attracting some interest in the local market here. And he is around about 16.30 locally as the pools close. 4.10 for the place. So Sunrise Hawk has thus far said no. So we're just waiting. I think we might try and load the others before we try again with Sunrise Hawk. So going to try with the blindfold. I'd had some issues with the starting gate in the past, this one. As the hood goes on, we'll see if that can yield any benefits, but Matsuyama, the jockey, not going to try and board until Sunrise Hawk goes into the gate. The rest of them waiting patiently. So Chikapa shortened up considerably into 130. Will start quite long odds on. Sunrise Hawk very aware of his surroundings still. Second favourite, he is the second favourite, Sunrise Hawk at 560, so we give him plenty of latitude to go into the gate. And those are the only two in single digits, the local hope, Vincero Cavallo at 1290. Looks like we are going to try the more old-fashioned method, although Sunrise Hawk having none of that. And meanwhile, the others can just look on. Reminder, of course, the Korea Cup still to come. That's at 4:45 local time. Okay, so we're going to try with the jockey. And while, of course, they do get plenty of latitude, there is only so much that can be given. Going close, the starters being very cautious. They were practicing this for a long time yesterday. And still not a huge amount of progress here. A little bit closer, in. Looks like they've done it. Now, how is he going to react? Matsuyama soothing him. And we're going to try and load horses up alongside as well. So Mighty Neo to come forward. Chikapa, the favourite, is into the outside gate. King Any Day goes in. Self-Improvement of Hong Kong up into gate 7 under Jerry Chow. Self-Improvement will start around about 18:30 locally. Black Musk is in now. Cardinal Force, there goes Tagano Beauty. Sunrise Hawk seems to have settled a little bit more into gate 2. We have Mighty Go, of course, who's not always the most cooperative at the gates, but he's going forward now in company with Super Finish. And just 2 more to come in. It'll be Achim Dongja and Vincero Cavallo to complete the line. Vincero Cavallo comes forward. That's it. OBS Korea Sprint 2025. And they're away and they're racing in the Korea Sprint. And Achim Dongja marginally the slowest away. Tagano Beauty will go back, and so will Mighty Go. Super Finish in a hurry will cross and will join Self-Improvement on the early pace with Mighty Neo up to the inside of Sunrise Hawk and Black Musk forward. Chikapa to the outside of this leading group. A couple of lengths further back then to Despite Win. Despite Win, racing company with Cardinal Force, Tagano Beauty around the outside. Vincero Cavallo only leading 3. Those are Achim Dongja, King Any Day, and last of all, it is Mighty Go. We're halfway home in the Korea Sprint, and it's Super Finish on top. Self-Improvement racing into second place. Chikapa moves up into third, up on the outside of Mighty Neo and Black Musk. 3 lengths more further back to Sunrise Hawk, Tagano Beauty. Then it is Despite Win. A lot's to do for Vincero Cavallo. He has clear track, but he's a long way back, and with 300 to go, it is Chikapa who has taken the lead in the sprint. Self-Improvement is giving this a big go down the outside. Super Finish is beaten. Black Musk running on. It is Chikapa from Self-Improvement. Self-Improvement fighting back. Self-Improvement over the top. And Self-Improvement, a remarkable, amazing, incredible win for Hong Kong. Self-Improvement has won the Korea Sprint. He's beaten Chikapa of Japan.
Well, there we go. A major surprise here at the Seoul International Racecourse. Self-Improvement all the way from Hong Kong has won the 2025 OBS Korea Sprint. An incredible finish at the end, just pipping Chikapa, ridden by Yutaka Take. An incredible race, incredible finish, Seung.
Wow, the self-improvement improved himself.
We didn't see that coming, I don't think. Like we were expecting the Japanese horses, like you said, and even Alastair said before the race today that perhaps Self-Improvement was the least likely of the 4 international horses to win, but that was an incredible race.
He managed to handle the track, and then you can see from the replay that he got a very comfortable position.
Yeah.
One length behind and 1 horse wide, and he evaded all the kickback, and he just settled in the race, and he just raced according to his face.
Right, and they were saying themselves that the light gate number 7 obviously came in from 300 meters to go. It was definitely like a 2-horse race with Chikapa, but as Alastair was saying in the commentary, the Japanese horse took the lead here, but it looked like it's just like 100 meters out there.
Surprisingly, he mustered the speed on the sand track at the final 50 meters.
Wow, look at that!
Wow.
And then a super finish comes in third. So there's confirmation that self-improvement, Chikapa and super finish is
and
third. Black Musk, who was an outside bet, has finished fourth. And their self-improvement lapping up the applause from the grandstands here at the Seoul International Racecourse. An incredible finish.
It's a big victory from Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Wow. They'll
be absolutely delighted. Especially given the fact that we weren't as confident. Look at all the people there who got to witness a truly incredible race. The jockey Sial Chow absolutely thrilled, as you can imagine. And now the horse and the jockey will make their way to the parade, to the ring, to pick up their award. Wow, look at the celebrations here.
Yeah.
Incredible. So 1 minute and 10 seconds.
That's the winner's track record, 1 minute and 10
seconds. They were saying beforehand that because of all the rain yesterday, that perhaps, and with the great weather today and all the rain yesterday, that they were expecting some very fast times today.
Yeah, the track condition, the water content is 14%, which means it's faster than the normal. When we talk about the normal race condition, it's 7%. So that's another point for the self-improvement. Can muster the speed at the final final 50 meters.
Yeah. There's a Hong Kong flag waving in the background there, some interviews, some journalists, and we have on our screen, we can have another look at this race. So I think self-improvement was at the front for almost the entire race, and yet we still all had our eyes on number 13, Chikapa, and then you're coming around the final turn.
And Take Yudaka also rode Chikapa according to his expectation.
Yeah.
He really well settled the horse, but we never expected that the self-improvement can muster the speed and then pass the Chikapa.
Yeah.
Wow.
With about 25 meters to go. The race was delayed by approximately 4 minutes. It looked like they couldn't get Sunrise Hawk into the gate. That's something that was flagged briefly earlier on during the week in some of the practice trials. And Sunrise Hawk, who was expected to feature well today, unfortunately didn't in the end. So there's final confirmation, 7, 13, 11. So that self-improvement, Chikapa, and super finish with Kim Young-gun riding. Yeah, incredible race.
Races, we never know.
Yeah. You guys are the experts here as well, and I'm sure even the Hong Kong, they probably expected to do well, but looking at those odds before the horses went out, Chikapa was the odds-on favorite to win today.
Maybe the super finish set the race pace.
Yeah.
And the self-improvement just best utilized of the super finish.
Okay, well, that's it for the Korea Sprint. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back later for the Korea Cup.
How do you feel after winning this race?
It's amazing. It's my honor to represent Hong Kong and Mr. Wong and trainer Mr. Man. And it's a very great honor for me and the horse bring me success and really appreciate that.
네, 저희 홍콩 대표해서 이 경주를 뛰게 된 것을 굉장히 영광으로 생각하고요. 아주 기분이 좋습니다.
네, 2016년 초대 챔피언이었죠. 홍콩에서 온 슈퍼자키가 우승을 차지했었는데 정말 2025년에 다시 꿈이 이루어졌습니다. 많은 홍콩 분들이 또 응원을 해주셨어요. 그분들께도 한마디
So a lot of
부탁드릴게요.
fans from Hong Kong are here to cheer you up. Is there anything you want to say to them?
Thank you so much to coming to see me and the horse, and I think the most is because they support the Hong Kong horses, and thank you very much.
네, 여기 와주셔서 너무나 감사드리고요. 네, 의미가 아주 크다고 말씀 전달을 하네요.
알겠습니다. 마지막에 일본의 타케 유타카 기수와 타가노 치카파와 함께 붙었을 때 그때 접전이었는데요. 그때 어떤 기분이었는지 궁금합니다.
So at the last stretch, you were very competitive with the number 13, the jockey Take. How did you feel about this?
He's a great jockey, and there was a great horse. And I think the key of winning, I think, because we got the front earlier and didn't get the kickback, and it's helpful for my horse. And in the straight, my horse got a very big heart when the other horse passed him, and he tried to go again and fight back. I'm really happy with that. Thank you.
우선은 기수님도 훌륭하셨고 말도 훌륭하셨지만 아무래도 처음에 발주를 받고 나서 그 좋은 위치를 선점할 수 있었기 때문에 그 모래를 덜 맞아서 아무래도 좀 더 우위에 있었다고 하고요. 아주 좋은 시간이었다고 합니다.
네, 코리아 스프린트 우승으로 인해서 이제 미국 브리더스컵 스프린트 출전권이 주어지게 됐습니다. 이제 미국 브리더스컵 출전권이 주게 되는데요. 스프린트의 가능성 어떻게 보시는지 궁금합니다. 미국 브리더스컵 스프린트 출전권.
Now you got the qualification to get on the race of the Breeders' Cup in America, and how do you feel about this too?
I hope he can do the same like self-improvement. And both I rode the track work and they both doing well. And hopefully the race will go all right for him. Yeah.
지금처럼 이렇게 잘 달렸으면 좋겠다고 하시네요.
다음 코리아컵도 첸첸글로리에 기승하는데요. 기대해봐도 좋을까요?
Is it okay for us to get a high hope for the next race with the?
I can't hear. Sorry. Can you say again?
Can we have another high hope for the next race that you are running for the KRA Cup?
I got the high hope for him. Yeah. Thank you.
네, 본인도 기대를 하고 있다고 합니다.
네, 알겠습니다. 인터뷰 감사합니다. 차우 기수 만나봤습니다.
사실 경주마 생산이 없기 때문에 경주마들이 활약을 하고 나서도 C수발이나 C한말로 가는 경우가 거의 없습니다.
네.
따라서 호주는 상당히 경주마들이 오랫동안 활약을 하는 경우가 많고요. 셀프 임프루브먼트 역시 호주에서 도입된 말입니다. 부마가 딥필드, 모마는 제리스 위트니스인데 이 딥필드는 이 미국이나 주로 이 더트주로에서 유명한 혈통과는 별개의 호주에서 상당히 유명한 혈통으로 알고 있습니다.
그렇습니다. 자, 지금 마주에 대한 시상이 펼쳐지고 있습니다. 정기환 한국 마사 회장이 트로피를 건네주었습니다.
네, 한국을 자주 방문하면서 한국 경마의 이 서울 경마공원도 많이 방문을 했다고 합니다.
네.
그러면서 내가 이 코리아 스프린트나 코리아컵에 나올 수 있는 말만 나에게 주어진다면
네.
무조건 도전하겠다라는 꿈을 키워왔다고 합니다.
그렇습니다. 그 꿈을 오늘 이뤘습니다. 셀프 임프루먼트가
네, 진심으로 축하드립니다.
1분 10초 5의 기록으로 코리아 스프린트 우승을 차지합니다. 자, 홍콩 팬들은 그야말로 원정에서 우승을 차지한 이 기쁜 감격의 순간을 계속해서 느낄 수 있을 것 같고요. 자, 정기환 한국 마사 회장과 함께 이제 기념 촬영을 하겠습니다.
네, 홍콩은 작은 섬나라입니다만 경마 매출로 봤을 때는 전 세계 1위가 일본이고요.
네.
그 다음이 홍콩일 정도로 정말 많은 국민들이 경마를 통해서 많은 그 즐거움과 또 여가를 보내고 있습니다.
네.
그리고 뭐 홍콩의 모든 사회 시스템, 복지 시스템이 바로 경마를 통해서 유지가 된다라고 볼 수 있습니다.
그렇습니다.
Improvement and the trainer 만통산.
네. 과천시 신계용 시장께서 우승 트로피를 과천시 의회 하영주 의장께서 축하의 꽃다발을 드리겠습니다. 그리고 서울 마주협회 조용학 회장께서는 브라운 포맨 코리아에서 제공하는 위스키까지 함께 드리도록 하겠습니다. 축하드립니다.
The trophy will be presented by Shin Ge-yong, the mayor of Gwacheon, and the flower handed by Ha Young-ju, the chair of Gwacheon City Council, and it is executive director of racing who will be presenting the sponsor whiskey from Brown Foreman.
네, 진심으로 축하드립니다. 최근 2년 연속 일본에게 갔던 우승 트로피가 올해는 홍콩 대표마에게 그 영광이 돌아갔습니다. 네, 고맙습니다. 네, 자리로 돌아가 주시면 되겠고요. 끝으로 기수에 대한 시상 이어가도록 하겠습니다. 영예의 우승을 차지한 셀프 임프루먼트의 차우 기수입니다. 축하드립니다.
And self-improvement jockey Chun-lok Chao is being awarded.
농림축산식품부 안용덕 축산정책관께서 우승 트로피를, 경기도 이강영 축산동물복지국장께서 축하의 꽃다발을 드리겠습니다. 그리고 KBSN 이강덕 대표이사께서 브라운 포맨 코리아에서 제공하는 위스키까지 드리도록 하겠습니다.
The trophy will be presented by An Yong-deok, the Director General of Livestock Policy of MARFA, and flower by Lee Gang-young, the Director General of Livestock Animal Welfare of Gyeonggi-do, and the official sponsor whiskey by the CEO of KBSN Lee Gang-deok.
네, 마지막까지 치열한 접전 속에 우승을 차지한 차우 기수, 홍콩 대표마 셀프 임프루브먼트에게 걸었던 많은 기대대로 띄워주었습니다. 진심으로 축하드립니다.
Congratulations to the Team Hong Kong and Chun-lok Chao.
네, 계속해서 제8회 코리아 스프린트 우승을 차지한 네, 알겠습니다. 네, 이어서 브리더스컵 챌린지 경주로 지정된 코리아 스프린트의 우승을 차지한 오늘 셀프 임프루먼트 천인원 마주에게 브리더스컵 챌린지 출전권을 드리도록 하겠습니다.
The winners will be granted with a chance to compete in the 2025 Breeders' Cup Sprint, and we will be asking the chairman and the CEO of KRA to hand over the winning plate. Please give a warm round of applause.
네.
And we now have the Vice President of the Breeders' Cup who will be also taking the photo for this winning plate.
네, 오늘 교통 상황상 조금 늦으셔서 어려울 줄 알았는데요. 직접 이렇게 와주셨습니다. 네, 브리더스컵 조슈아 크리스티안 경마본부 부사장께서 직접 출전권을 드렸습니다.
The Vice President of Breeders' Cup, Joshua Christian.
네, 고맙습니다. 계속해서 오늘 함께해 주신 시상에 함께해 주신 여러분과 우승 관계자들 함께 기념사진 촬영 이어가겠습니다.
We'll take a moment for the commemorative photograph. Please look in front and kimchi to the cameras. It is self-improvement, and we were thinking that the horse is just too strong by the end of the stage. That tenacity was so great out of this Hong Kong horse winning this sprint prize.
네, 고맙습니다. 계속해서 제8회 코리아 스프린트 우승마인 홍콩의 셀프 임프루브먼트와 포토존에서 기념사진 촬영이 있겠습니다.
And now we will move next to our horse self-improvement, which is located right next to us, right behind our presenters. And please go next to the horse and let's take a photograph.
네, 2016년 첫 시행 이후 8번째로 치러진 국제 공인 코리아 스프린트입니다. 인터내셔널 그레이드 3로 격상되면서 그 국제적 위상을 인정받고 있는데요. 최근 2번 연속 일본이 가져갔던 우승을 올해 2025년에는 홍콩이 우승의 주인공이 됐습니다. 개최국의 명예를 걸고 출전했던 모든 말들, 앞으로의 행보 역시 진심으로 응원하겠습니다. 더불어 오늘 코리아 스프린트를 함께 한마음으로 응원해 주신 전 세계 경마팬 여러분께도 감사의 말씀을 드리겠습니다.
It is after the first Korea Sprint that the Hong Kong horse takes the Korea Sprint Prize. We deeply congratulate all the connections and the fans here for Hong Kong horse. What a great racehorse, self-improvement representing Hong Kong.
네, 오늘 코리아 스프린트 제8회 코리아 스프린트의 우승의 주인공 홍콩 대표마 셀프 임프루브먼트와 사진 촬영을 이어가고 있습니다. 네, 오늘 시상식을 마무리하면서 오늘 함께해 주신 분들께 감사의 마음을 담아서 저희가 장미꽃을 시상대에서 나눠드리고 있습니다. 한 분씩 받아가시면 감사하겠습니다. 고맙습니다.
We will be handing over flowers in front of the presentation stage. So if you would like a rose, please come down to the presentation stage to claim your rose.
네, 이상으로 제8회 코리아 스프린트 시상식을 모두 마치겠습니다. 고맙습니다.
This will be the end of the 8th OBS Korea Sprint Award presentation. Thank you for joining us.
You're never more here than when you're here. Here is more than just a horse race. Here is where you want to be. And here's the horse that's going to make it happen.
They're off in the Breeders' Cup.
Here she is, coming around the final turn, making sure that this year, you won't be anywhere else, but here.
With us on Korea Cup journey, racing news events. My name is Joe, and next to me is Alastair. Hello, Alastair.
Yeah, so just over 3 weeks to go now until the big day, September 7th at Seoul Racecourse. And there's quite an eclectic list of international visitors lining up to take on the very best that Korea has to offer.
The horses seems to be very fair ones to be representing their own countries as well. So without further ado, let's go on and have a look at the provisional list of the horses that are being invited to South Korea.
Some very, very big names. We have obviously a top-class Hong Kong horse. We know that the American horses can be very strong here as well.
Right.
And of course Japan, you know, some of the best racing in the world, always very, very strong.
What would you say is a standout?
I'm not going to play favourites here with
right.
the standout. Obviously, it's going to be very interesting to see how Chan Chen Glory goes on the Seoul sand. We know that in Ramjet as well, we have a genuine international superstar.
It has been for previous many years that it's been Japanese winners that we had for Korea Cup, but maybe this year we might have someone else, some other visitor taking the win. And I would strongly believe that that could be Chan Chen Glory from Hong Kong.
His travel is very well, give me very surprised. He's first time to travel to other country. So when he arrival, he in the stable, everything is happy. It's very good form, and he really enjoy in here in the stable, the track work, everything, eating good, everything is sound.
So
I think he can win. Because his sire big, but he never raced sand track in Hong Kong, but trial also is a dirt track, and then his sire is from USA. I think his training from USA is sand track, and then I was jockey riding in Busan 14 years ago, and then I know the track, the material, so I know how to train Chan Chen Glory as well. Yes, we changed the new shoes for him today, and then I think can help him for handle the sand track. 香港嘅馬迷，希望我哋能夠為禪聖輝煌創下佳績。
Well, Chan Chen Glory is a very, very interesting runner. He is an American bred, but obviously he's taken to the turf in Shatin extremely well. We know that good Hong Kong horses can thrive here. Super Jockey obviously won the Korea Sprint back in its first edition. Horses like Fight Hero, Duke Y, they've also exceeded expectations when they have come to Seoul. We know that they thrive if, and it is a big if, they take to the sand surface.
まだ1位は取ったことないので、まだまだ頑張らなきゃいけないなと思ってます。スタートがあまりこう出れなかったので、そこでポジションが少し後ろになってしまいました。なので、今日は少しある程度いいポジションで運びたいなと思ってます。可能性はやっぱりゼロじゃないですし、 あると思います。韓国はその100メートルまっすぐ走る、そういったところに、利点があるのかなとは思うんですけれども、皆さんの期待に応えれるように頑張りたいと思います。日本代表として、しっかり期待に応えれるように頑張りたいと思います。応援よろしくお願いします。
Now we're down to the superstar here that we are inviting. It's Ramjet, and we're gonna take a look at the Saudi Cup.
Romantic Warrior sweeps up on the outside for Hong Kong. They lock horns, and it's Romantic Warrior who finds most initially. Young has got to within 3 parts of a length. Romantic Warrior, Forever Young, a race for the ages, and Forever Young rounds off a terrific night.
Okay, Saudi Cup, 6th in it.
Yeah, and of course before that Ramjet was third behind Forever Young, and of course last year's Korea Cup runner-up Wilson Tesoro in the Tokyo Dai Sheldon last December. He went to the Saudi Cup, he went to Dubai. He is a genuine top-line horse, and at his best you would probably make him the one to beat.
Right, it's going to be very tough to beat. Not only just Ramjet, we have Dura Erade and Dick Tan, who are going to be the consistent superstar racehorses who are going to be the top contenders here. Are we ready to defend our home turf? Well, unfortunately, our superstar racehorse has a bad news.
Yeah, it's looking increasingly likely Global Hits, who of course ran third in a group race in Dubai earlier this year and finished third in the Korea Cup a year ago. Looking increasingly likely he won't be able to run, having come back lame after finishing second in the KRA Cup Classic just a couple of weeks ago. But of course we do have that day's winner lining up for Korea.
That'll be Success Bekpa, and let's have a look at the KRA Cup Classic.
They're still a long way off as we straighten up now, and Global Hit goes for home. From Success Bekpa, just a half length between them with 300 left to run. Jumbankovic back in third place. Wonderful Slew. Northern Time tried to run on Speed Young to the inside, but it's Success Bekpa has gone past Global Hit here. Jumbankovic running on. The champion, no response. It is Success Bekpa to win the KRA Cup Classic. Global Hit was second, and Speed Young was third.
자존심을 지켜야 되니까 약간은 부담이 됩니다. 뛰기 전에도 컨디션 좋다고 얘기했고 기수들이 보통 조기사인데 우승하겠다 그런 얘기는 잘 안 합니다. 어제 갤럽을 했어요. 갤럽하고 나니까 여전히 좋다 그렇게. 너무 뒤에 있어서는 4코너 돌아가지고 따라가다 끝날 것 같아요. 그렇기 때문에 어느 정도 선입권이나 늦어도 중간까지는 붙어줘야 될 것 같습니다. 우승했으면 좋겠는데요. 일본 말들이 워낙 강하다 보니까 만만치는 않을 것 같아요. 최선을 다하겠습니다.
I thought the Classic was a really, really good race. When it was a very difficult race for Global Hit, he really, really didn't settle in that race, and he didn't have much left to give in the home straight.
Right.
But Success Bekpa went past him very well, so it'll be very interesting to see how it works out in the Korea Cup as well, without any obvious pace setter. We know that Japan will be very, very strong, and hopefully 1 or 2 from home can come through as well.
Best wishes for every runners competing here in Korea Cup.
그레이트 위너 첸첸 글로리 램제트 석세스 백파 갤럭시 로드 두라 에레데 딕페이언 스피드 영. 썸씽 로스트. 투혼의 반석. 스타마타. 후리아코 출발합니다.
Welcome back to the OBS Korea Cup live coverage here. My name is Andrew Farrell, joined again by Seung and Alastair Middleton. The horses are already in the parade ring. We don't have a huge amount of time before it's the start time, but just a quick reflection on the sprint. An absolutely sensational race. We weren't confident of a Hong Kong victory, but we were wrong. Alastair, you were covering that race for us. How was it?
I was double taking. Am I about to blow this call massively? 200 meters is at the line. Self-improvement's right in it. Hang on, are there any other in this with yellow silks? What a ride by Jerry Chow, first of all. Super. He had that game plan. He stuck to it, and the horse delivered. They do sometimes say, we had a horse years ago called El Padrino from Singapore. Okay, he was a good horse in Singapore. When he came to Seoul, they always used to say he grew another leg. Yep. And self-improvement, he just really glided over that sand, and what a performance it was. It was a quick time, 1:10.5, not far outside the track record, and yet we were completely wrong.
But I mentioned that we need to give him the benefit of the doubt.
And then we proceeded to sow quite a lot of doubt, didn't we?
I believe I asked you, was he an outsider, and you said perfectly fair.
Perfectly fair.
But it was a great race. It looked like an outstanding race. Yeah.
There were a couple. Obviously, a couple did underperform. Sunrise Hawk. Obviously, he got himself quite worked up before the start. Difficult to load. He never really settled, did he? Tagano Beauty, I think, was a little bit disappointing. And Vincero Cavallo, he just got such a long way back. Though he ran on for 6, but hey, praise for the other two who finished off really well. Super finish, another one who I don't think we were really expecting to be there in third. Black Musk, a really good fourth as well.
Now, it's worth pointing out, of course, that Self-Improvement now has a free and automatic entry into the Breeders' Cup World Championships. Isn't that correct? And
the Sci Game Sprint on the dirt at Del Mar, it's there for Self-Improvement if Connections want it. And, well, I mean, I wouldn't want to second guess them, but why not after that?
And the victor of the Korea Cup will also gain automatic and free entry to the Breeders' Cup. So plenty on the line. The race starts at 4:45 p.m. here in Seoul. It's 3:45 in Hong Kong. Relevant to mention Hong Kong because it's possible we will have a Hong Kong 1-2 today. Certainly the betting looks like that is a major possibility. But first we're just going to go through the horses in order. There are only 11 in the Korea Cup, which is over 1,800 meters here in the Seoul International Racecourse. So let's go through them one by one, starting with number 1, Great Warrior, Seung-ho. Choi Shi-dae is the jockey. What do you think about Great Warrior?
Great winner.
Oh,
not the warrior.
Oh, great winner.
Great warrior wants to win.
Yeah, well, maybe we're getting ahead of ourselves. That was what you were renaming all the horses in the sprint. Maybe we can rename this one as well. Great winner, yeah.
A great winner. He is kind of the listed level horse, but the gate number 4, Success Back Par, compared to the Success Back Par, he's a lower performance than the Success Back Par. So we just need to see.
Yeah, great winner. He's by Jigami Sungan. Do you remember Jigami Sungan,
the Derby winner?
Derby winner. Yeah, I think one of the first races we did together was his retirement race, the Grand Prix, about a decade ago. He's the sire. He's won 2 of his last 3 starts at Class 1, so he's no slouch. This guy. He was a six-length winner over 1,800 meters in July, led from gate to wire. But as you say, the draw, yeah, if he gets to the front, can be interesting. But this is obviously tough.
Yeah, ranked sort of middle order. You would just looking at the numbers that are flashing up on our screen to the left as well. You're able to look at these on your feed too. Horse number 2, Changjiang Glory from Hong Kong. Is this going to be a Hong Kong 1-2? And Jimmy Chow is back on the saddle, isn't he?
It was a stunning ride there. Jerry was so confident in his riding, and you're of course week in week out he's facing Zach Purton and the likes in Hong Kong, but you're going toe to toe with your Takatake in the final furlong of a big international group race. He gave no quarter and he got it over. He got Self-Improvement over the line. Changjiang Glory, you'd have to say, is an order of magnitude better than Self-Improvement as a horse. I mean, you look at them rating wise, obviously different type of horse. And he is a mainstay in top group company in Hong Kong. He runs in group races almost every time. He won the Group 3 Centenary Vase in January. We've just seen an Australian bred win on the sand. So let's not even talk about whether the sand is going to be suitable for him. He's got to have every chance.
And Changjiang Glory is an unusual U.S. bred horse, and then group level horse from United States in Hong Kong. And his usual riding weight in Hong Kong, the riding weight was about 59 or 60, and now he carry only 57. So minus 3 kilo can be a benefit. And the jockey who just won the Korea Sprint, I think he is getting confident how to handle the track. So it can be another merit for the Changjiang Glory. And the betting odd shows that he is second favorite.
Second favorite right now, yeah. I heard that in Hong Kong, Self-Improvement was only 9-1. He was 16-1 here. I'm going to guess Changjiang Glory might start the favourite in Hong Kong now.
It's from the kind of a
patriotic betting, yes, indeed. Well, it paid off. Those who followed it in the Korea Sprint.
It looks absolutely. I mean, it looks very, very difficult to pick the winner from this. Changjiang Glory, Ramjet, and Dura Rede. We'll talk about some of those other horses later, but it's neck and neck for who the punters see is going to win the 2025 OBS Korea Cup. Love to see that. It should be a very competitive race. You mentioned that this was a formidable Japanese challenge in your website, Alastair, when you were previewing these races, headlined by Ramjet. Do you want to tell us more about Ramjet?
I headlined Ramjet as Ramjet has obviously been he's been kind of the next big thing in Japanese racing like last year. Hasn't quite lived up to his expectations, but he is a winner of 5 from 12. He was third in the Tokyo Dai Shulton behind Forever Young at the end of last year. That earned him a shot in the Middle East. He went to the Saudi Cup in Dubai. Obviously that was slightly difficult. He came back. He ran a fair race in the Teo Show in July. That was a very, very difficult race. And I think he could well be better here. He is tactically quite versatile. He does like to sort of sit back and sort of run on. I think they said the pace was just too hot in the Teo show. That's maybe a little bit concerning for me, in that I think the pace is probably going to be quite hot here as well. But if he's in a good position, obviously Ramjet can show his quality.
Ramjet has been unlucky because of the same age Forever Young.
Of course, yeah.
And then, but this time without Forever Young, he maybe get some lucky
today.
And he need to worry about the Cheng Glory.
Yeah. Right. I think we can. I'm looking forward to your predictions later. Should be quite interesting. Number 4 on screen now. We have Success Baekpa, a Korean horse, yet to win over 1,800 meters. I read. So Seung-ho, can you see that changing today?
Success Baekpa we can mention that he is the best contender from Korea.
Yeah.
And we really hope he commingled with the 4 grade 1 level horses during the races. And from our previous experience that the Japanese and the other invited runners, they see how the front runner is making the pace. And if they see is the kind of a recoverable or not, and then they start to the muster the speed from the back straight. And we will be able to see how the Success Baekpa compete each other at the back straight.
It has always been a sort of problem, maybe for our horses. The tempo of the race can be very, very strong here. Whereas at a lot of Korean domestic races, they will jump out fast, maybe take a little breather in the back straight, and then it ramps up again. Whereas with these style of runners, there'll be no respite. It will be gradually. They'll jump fairly, and then they'll gradually ramp up.
The usual Korean trainers, they think that they give some time to breathe.
Yeah.
At the back straight, but the most of the international group races, they just run like a sprint race.
And that's why they're the group horse. That's why they're the group horses.
Group horses.
Yeah. Look, I thought it was a sensational win over Global Hits a month ago, the KRA Cup Classic. I kind of obviously we know Global Hit wasn't 100%. Obviously, he eventually came out injured. Jin Kim, the jockey of Success Baekpa, he did say, even if Global Hit had been at his best, I'm not sure the result would have been that different. The question is, 1 month later, can he reproduce that performance?
As we're looking at the horses going around the parade ring here. If you look at the numbers on the right-hand side, it seems that Success Baekpa, as Seung-ho was saying, is perhaps the local favourite. The odds on that horse placing are very, very low. So why do you think it's such an outside bet to win, but a lot of people fancy it to finish in the top 3?
I would say we were just talking about patriotic wagering. I think that was it. Patriotic but not careless would be the one maybe on that one. I'm not sure.
You're not sure. Okay. Well, look, horse number 5, Galaxy Road, another Korean horse. Seung-ho looks like a considerable outside favourite for this race.
But not so many things to mention about the Galaxy Road. Maybe I can mention that he can be the also ran horse.
Yeah, he ran last year, and he was 5th. It was a great run. He was 150 to 1. He finished in 5th place. And then he was 5th in the President's Cup, well back in the Grand Prix. Yeah, he was 3rd. He missed most of this season. He was 3rd last time out on his return. He should strip fitter here, but obviously this is much harder.
Continuing the formidable Japanese challenge, we have Dura Rede, who's currently the favourite, but there's a lot of chopping and changing in that with Changjiang Glory and Ramjet. Kohei Matsuyama is the jockey. You were saying to us, Alastair, before we came on air, that the Korean press very much are in favour of, or they believe that Dura Rede is going to win this race.
Yeah, when we did a sort of composite analysis, that's the word, consolidated analysis of all the local Korean magazines, the majority did actually put Dura Rede on top over Ramjet. It wasn't a huge majority, but he's and as you can see, we have the media selection, the consolidated media selection on the screen. It was Dura Rede. He comes out on top. He certainly doesn't win out of turn. He hasn't actually won, I think, since he was a 2-year-old or something, but he's always races in top class company, and perhaps today could be his day.
I believe the press selection is probably based on his record over the 1800 meters.
1800 meters.
Because the winner of the Korea Cup, they make the record of 1 minute and 50 something second.
Yeah.
So only the horse, among the grade 1 level horses, he can make the 1 minute and 50 second. So that's why they
favored him. Okay, interesting. Horse number 7 of 11 then, another Japanese horse, veteran too. Dick Tyen, the stable are saying this horse is in the best condition probably of his life and also here to win. Do you agree with that, gentlemen? Do you think looking at the odds there, seems like a slight outsider, but not in, certainly we can't write him off.
Yeah, he's a sort of under the radar one in terms of the three Japanese horses. Obviously, everyone's heard of Ramjet. He's a well-known horse. Jura Day, and he ran in the Dubai World Cup last year. Actually, he wasn't that far off second. He finished 5th, I think, but he wasn't that far off second. He's what is he? Dick Tyen is a little bit more unknown. He is more sort of an NAR horse than the JRA horse, but he's a 4-time listed winner in Japan. Those races are very, very difficult to win because you have the JRA dirt specialist coming into them. He's raced on turf as well. He also went in the Teo Show at OE last month behind Mickey Fight. He beat Ramjet in that race, and if he is peaking today, then it's highly possible he could be in the mix.
He has been ahead of Ramjet 3 times.
Yeah.
So it's a bit interesting why they see this horse is less opportunity.
My guess is it's simple. It's simply the Ramjet is the 5 wins from 12. There's still potential for more, or whereas Dick Tyen, the veteran reliable type is there more?
7 year.
Yeah, is there more to come? But yeah, certainly Dick Tyen, the connections seem very, very confident we can have a big race from him.
It's about 15 minutes to go. The horses are still in the parade ring. It won't be too long now before they move onto the track. As this is an 1,800 meter race. Love those long races. Starting at 4:45 p.m. here in Seoul. The weather looks great. It's hard to see from our studio, but the weather's been good all day. Let's go through the last 4 horses, and we can chat a little bit more about that later on. It looks like the next 4 horses up, not a huge amount is being placed on these 4 horses, but Kim Hae-soon, a very famous Korean jockey, she's on Speed Young, Seung-ho.
The Speed Young is also kind of an unlucky horse because of the Winner's Man, Global Heat, Success Backpack. He been always ran behind of them. But this race, Kim Hae-soon, she rides. And Kim Hae-soon, you may remember that last year she just followed the race pace of the 2 Japanese horses, and then when the home turn, she make the very much settled manner.
This was in the Korea Sprint, we should point out, wasn't it, last year?
Sprint. So she is smart enough to follow which race pace she need to follow. So we need to consider the jockey on this horse.
Of course, Hae-soon would have been riding Global Hit were it not for his injury.
Yeah.
But jumps back onto Speed Young. Last year she rode Global Hit in the Cup. She rode Speed Young, of course, in the Sprint. And you're right, very solid ride, was the best of the local finishers. I always call Speed Young the Swiss Army knife of a horse because he can do absolutely anything. He can sprint well, although it is fair to say at sprint distances he usually finds 1 too quick. And he can do the distances well. And again, he generally finds just 1 too quick. But he's another horse, except for that Owner's Cup where Success Backpack also ran badly. It was a very, very weird running track down at Busan that day at the end of June. So I disregard the form from the Busan Owner's Cup. Speed Young very rarely runs a bad race. I don't think he'll run a bad race here at all. It would not surprise me if he was top 5.
Okay, potentially one of the better Korean horses today. Number 9, Something Lost. These are obviously on the outside track. Do we see much from Something Lost in Ihyok?
I
Do you want to go first?
I urge owner need to consider when they name their horses. Something lost to me. Something lost something.
See the balcony. I'm sure he's on the balcony here for the Cup. I think that's the United States agricultural attaché to South Korea. That's right. That's where the camera was supposed to be. Look, Something Lost. He's the only horse trained at Seoul who's actually taking his chance here. All the other Korean horses have travelled up from Busan, so fair play to the connections for having a go with Something Lost. He's obviously more been known as a sprinter, but he did run second in the KRA Cup Mile and then fifth in the Ministers' Cup on the Triple Crown Trail a couple of years ago, so he does have experience of running over distances. He took part in the Sprint Series this year. He made little impact. They're trying something different, and look, I'm really happy they're having a go, saving some pride for Seoul, and let's just see how he goes.
Face of Seoul.
Saving some face for Seoul. We should have thought we'll move it to Busan next year if they keep that up.
Well, there we have some flags there. We can see the Korean flag, the Japanese flag, and the Hong Kong flag. Huge numbers of people here at the Seoul Racecourse in Gwacheon today. And the horses are emerging. This is, as you can see, race number 8 in Seoul. The weather's looking good. How's the track, Alastair, from what you've been watching so far today?
It's been pretty fast. It is drying out, the track, definitely. It was muddy this morning. It's moving into sort of wet territory now. Obviously, we haven't had much wind, so it hasn't really dried it as fast as it might. But it is still playing pretty quick. The sprint 1:10.5, that's half a second outside of the track, the track record. We've been seeing times inside of standard all throughout the day. I'm expecting us to see a pretty fast time here as well.
Okay, excellent. As I said, it's 1,800 meters. We got 2 horses still to preview. Tuhone Bansok is up next, gate number 10. Unfortunately, looks like a serious outsider today. All the horses pretty much from 9 onwards don't look like they're being favoured too much. Seung, what can you tell us about Bansok?
Tuhone Bansok used to be a very good horse several years ago, and now the form is getting, how can I say, the degraded or
getting worse, patchy.
So, but the kind of is aged veteran.
Yeah, he, as you said, he is a multiple group race winner in his younger days. Most recently, he was 7th behind Success Beckbar in that KRA Cup Classic last month. He used to race on pace. He used to be a jump and go type. Recently, he's been settling back. I don't know if that's been by design or whether it's just happened that way. There he is. Well, there he was, Tuhone Bansok. He looks okay. And look, worth a crack in this small field. To be honest, I don't. Obviously, on recent form, he's not possible to recommend, is he?
26 degrees currently, according to our monitor. I love this part about the 1,800 meters. We were talking about this yesterday, Alastair. So there's a very narrow corner before the final 2 furlongs. Can you explain that?
That's right. The 1,800 meters start is right in front of the grandstand, but it's on the inner track. We have 2 tracks here at Seoul Racecourse. They start on the inner track, and for the 1,800 meters, they stay on the inner track until the 4th corner, until they turn into the home straight. They come through quite a narrow chute into the home straight. Then you see them fan out across the track for the final 2 furlong finish.
Very good. Horse number 11, and it's the final horse we're going to preview for the 2025 Korea Cup. Star Mata, ridden today by Seung. Alastair, I'll let you take this one.
Top jockey again on Star Mata. Look, his form is pretty decent. He was Class 1 winner a couple of starts back at 1,400 meters. He's run well at 1,800 meters as well, although he was beaten by Great Winner, I think, very recently. So any form of his has to take into account Great Winner as well. He has raced in group company before. It hasn't gone particularly well, and that, of course, makes him quite hard to recommend in this company as well.
Okay, well, we have about 7.5 minutes till the race starts, so Alastair will be leaving about 5 minutes or so. I can't remember.
Yeah, it is a long climb up onto the roof, and shine the binoculars again. As I said, I can't quite believe what I saw just over an hour ago. So make sure that they're nice and clear for this one. Shall we take a look at the local betting market here?
So first of all, I'd like to mention too. So the media selection, they've gone for 6-3-7-4, which is Dororede. We mentioned before, the Korean press are interested in that horse. Then we have Ramjet, and then Dictaean, and then Success Beckba. So according to this media selection, there isn't a huge amount of interest in Changjiang Glory, but when it comes to the betting, yes, third, fourth favorites. It looks very, very tight between 4 horses, basically.
Yeah, certainly. Ramjet has just taken over as the favourite at 280. now out to 290 ahead of Jira Erode. Chan Cheng Glory into third favourite at 540. Obviously, having watched what happened an hour or so ago. Also, local punters will be aware with Chan Cheng Glory, as Seung Ho pointed out, he is an American bred. He's by a stallion called More Spirit. More Spirit has got a really good up-and-comer running here at Seoul. He got his 4th win on his 6th start last Sunday. Obviously, our local bettors will be aware of that and thinking that he can take to this track extremely well. As you said, Jerry is going to be absolutely bouncing, full of confidence and ready to go on Chan Cheng Glory. So he's going to be well backed. I wouldn't be surprised if he's favourite in Hong Kong right now.
Is there any possibility that a horse outside of that 4 goes on to win this race? And if it was a horse that's not one of those 4, perhaps Success Backpack, who do you think is most likely to challenge?
I think, and I honestly think that if the Japanese horses run below par, as I think they probably did in the sprint, then there is the opportunity. Obviously, Success Backpower would be the most likely of the locals. Speed Young is that wild card. Hae-sun is the wild card as well. The horses Speed Young, Global Hit, they run for her. They really do run for her. So it could happen.
Yeah, from Korea, maybe Success Backpower and the Speed Young, as Alastair said.
Yeah.
I'm not sure that the others would be really capable of running the time that's going to be necessary in order to beat the visitors.
And you were saying the time should be about 150, is that right?
Yeah, the track record is 150.
Yeah,
London
150,
Town's track record, you usually need to run a 151 at least if you're going to win this race. The way the track has been today, I'm going to expect that as well. When we see a sprint within 110, then we're expecting the Cup to be within 150. I think that will happen. The pace is going to be very interesting. Who is going to go to the lead? Chan Cheng Glory, I don't think he's going to hang around here from gate 2. I think he's going to be going, and we will see who goes with him. Success Backpar's going to go as well.
So if the gate is so important, as you were saying, Seung-ho, before the first race of the sprint, it's only 1,200 meters. You could get boxed in, and it's a big issue because it's a shorter race. But if that happens to Chan Cheng Glory here or Ramjet, the consequences shouldn't be as severe.
I think I expect the Chan Cheng Glory would be at least the forward position.
Yeah.
And they keep the pace of the forward position, and then from the prior experience that they follow until between the 3rd corner and the 4th corner, and the home turn they muster the speed all together, and from there we will be able to see who will be leading and compete each other at the straight.
Great. Look, we only have a minute to go before we wrap this one up. Remember, winning you're in. This is automatic and free entry for the Breeders' Cup World Championships later on this year. So, last word. I know you've already danced around it as much as possible, but in one word, one horse, who's going to win the 2025 OPS Korea Cup?
I'm going against my...
I said one word, but never mind. Sorry.
I haven't said a word. I've just garbled some nonsense so far. Look, I'd love to see Chan Cheng Glory doing the double. I'm going to stick with Ramjet.
Ramjet.
I'm Chan Cheng Glory.
Chan Cheng Glory, perfect. Okay, well, listen, enjoy the 2025 OBS Korea Cup. Alastair Middleton is going to be on commentary, and we'll talk to you after the race.
Race number 8 in Seoul, the Group 1 Korea Cup International Group 3 over the 1800 metres. We have 11 runners. The favourite, number 3, Ramjet of Japan. He's in at 250 ahead of number 6, Jura Erade, 310. Number 7, Dick Taeyen completes a 1-2-3 for Japan at the top of the market. And Hong Kong's Chan Cheng Glory, 720, fourth in the market, looking to complete a remarkable double for jockey Jerry Chow. 14s for number 8, Speed Young. Success Bekpar actually at 13s. He's the best of the locals here. Beyond those, not a huge amount of support for any of the others. Number 1, Great Winner at 35-1 would be the best of the rest. Well, they're about to start coming forward. You see the huge Sunday crowd in at Seoul. So we've still got around about 13 seconds or so until the pools close, and that's when they will begin the loading for the Cup. Ramjet set to start, the favourite. Well, Great Winner will be the first one to go in. He's a winner of 3 of his latest 4. Star Matter up into the outside gate. Chan Cheng Glory comes forward now. He's up into gate number 2, followed in by Jura Erade into 6. Tahane Bansok up into gate 10. It'll be Galaxy Road into 5. And then Dick Taeyen into gate 7. In those familiar Koji Maeda colours, we've seen those on remake. Ramjet up into gate 3. Something Lost is in. Success Bekpar and Speed Young will complete the lineup. Well, that's it. All in. OBS Korea Cup 2025. And the gates are back. They're away. And they're racing in the Korea Cup. And Star Matter was marginally the slowest. Galaxy Road will go back to with Tahane Bansok. Great Winner away well from the inside. Chan Cheng Glory right on pace with Ramjet up there too. Success Bekpar not far away today. To the outside came Jura Erade as Speed Young darts to the rail. A couple of lengths further back then to Something Lost. Dick Taeyen is further back in company with Galaxy Road to Tahane Bansok. And it is Star Matter who's last of all. So they're working their way around the turn, heading towards the back straight. And once they straighten up, they'll have 6 furlongs left in the Cup. Great Winner it is who brings them to the back. Leading 3/4 of a length over Chan Cheng Glory in second with Ramjet third. Success Bekpar to the outside of Speed Young. They're 4th and 5th. Then it's Jura Erade just at the back of this leading group. It's 4 lengths further back to Something Lost in splendid isolation. And now Dick Taeyen takes off up around the back, trying to get back on terms with this leading group. 4 lengths further back then to Tahane Bansok, Star Matter, and last of all now is Galaxy Road. So it is Great Winner, continues to lead the Cup past 4. Chan Cheng Glory racing in second place. Ramjet third. Success Bekpar in fourth. To the inside is Speed Young. Then came Jura Erade. Dick Taeyen still trying to latch onto this group. Something Lost further back with Tahane Bansok, Galaxy Road, and Star Matter at the rear. Around the outside, Ramjet, Chan Cheng Glory. Great Winner drops back here. Just behind those, Jura Erade, Success Bekpar, Speed Young, and Dick Taeyen. We're into the home straight in the Cup. Chan Cheng Glory and Ramjet come together. Jura Erade into third, and here comes Dick Taeyen down the centre. Ramjet just about struck the front. Chan Cheng Glory fights back on the inside. Dick Taeyen, though, down the outer. Chan Cheng Glory with half a furlong to go from Dick Taeyen. It's Dick Taeyen from Chan Cheng Glory, and Dick Taeyen has won the Korea Cup. Chan Cheng Glory a brave second, and Ramjet was third.
Wow, well, there we go. Dick Taeyen from Japan has won the 2025 OPS Korea Cup. An absolutely sensational race again. Chan Cheng Glory from Hong Kong in second, and Ramjet, who I think went out as the favourite before the off, finishes third. An incredible race, nothing in it the whole way around. Seung, what did you make of that?
Well, the Dick Taeyen had a pretty much impressive the home straight running.
Yeah. So here we go.
Chan Cheng Glory, wow, he set all the race pace.
Yeah.
And he maintained until maybe about 100 before the winning post.
Yeah, it's this stretch here as we approach the final 2 furlongs. I thought Ramjet was going to win. You could see Dick Taeyen coming on the outside here with 300 meters to go. And then it was an incredible finish. Ramjet, with what about 150 meters to go, unfortunately just slips away. But even at this moment, it looked like Changchun Glory might win.
Yeah, about 50 meters to the winning post. Oh, the jockey, Takuyuki Yano, he been to Korea in 2015 and 16, so he knew the track bias.
Right, and they were saying as well, the stable was saying beforehand that they thought Dictayan was in best condition and absolutely here to win. An older horse, a veteran horse, but just an incredible last 200 or 300 meters.
Yeah.
And there is Takayuki Yano, the jockey, and the horse. We'll see them now appearing before the grandstand. It looked like an incredible atmosphere there for that finish.
The Changchun Glory also did good.
Yeah.
And the horse saw the who ran third?
Ramjet.
Ramjet was very competitive against the Changchun Glory.
Yeah.
And surprisingly, Speed Young ran fourth.
Oh, there was a couple of times when Speed Young was definitely near the front, yeah. And Dorarede, who we said the Korean press favorite, I don't know where Dorarede finished, but certainly not top 4.
He was in the middle of the middle of the position.
Yeah.
But wasn't able to muster the speed at the straight.
Alastair returns from the commentary booth, fifth. Fifth for the favourite, the Korean press favourite. Another fantastic race, Alastair.
It was indeed. Dictayan, I think he was a little bit far back in the back straight. You could see he was chasing, trying to latch back onto that leading group. He did it.
Yeah.
And my word, did he have enough left in the tank for the home straight. When Changchun Glory just headed Ramjet, I thought it was going to be a double for Hong Kong.
Yep.
Not quite to be.
Yeah, we were saying just before you came in that the stable for Dictayan were saying that they are here to win, and that's how it worked out. Here we can see the race in front of us again.
And you look at this, Dictayan wasn't even in it. He was here behind this leading group, racing back in 7th place, just trying to get back on terms there.
Seung Ho mentioned that you were looking for number 7. We're saying it's in that second group. It's quite a distance between Dictayan and the lead. But yeah, it was about 300 meters to go. We could see Dictayan really tearing up on the outside.
And Jackie knew the track bias because the outside outside of the track is faster than inside. But the Changchun Glory and the Ramjet, they were in the middle of the track.
Yeah.
But compared to the middle of the track, you can see that he can muster the speed faster than the Changchun Glory and the Ramjet.
Yeah, and you can see here he had enough track left to just overhaul Changchun Glory. Again, a great run by Changchun Glory. He's lost nothing in defeat there. Ramjet didn't run badly either. Just could not fend them off in the closing stages. What a big run by Speed Young, though, also coming back there.
Ran fourth. And the Dictayan and the Changchun Glory they are the same rating, and it's the race really made it according to their performance.
Yeah,
your Swiss Army knife.
The Swiss Army knife has done it again. Fourth in the sprint last year, fourth in the cup this year. Just a brilliant horse who just doesn't get the wins he deserves, simply because he always runs in top company. I mean, Durarede, we might say the same for who he's actually beaten today, but a sensational run nonetheless. Correct weights. The race is now official. Dictayan has won the Korean Cup.
The time record is also the 1 minute 50 second. And 0.8.
Yes.
Quick.
Well, look, we have to wrap up here. There's an award ceremony to come up. So congratulations to Dictayan, the 2025 OPS Korea Cup winner. Thank you for joining us.
일본 지방 경마 장거리의 제왕이었는데요. 딕테이언이 깜짝 우승을 차지했습니다. 먼저 우승 소감부터 한번 들어보겠습니다.
おめでとうございます。その一言、今の気持ち一言お願いします。
ありがとうございます。ここね、韓国の地で僕3回目なんですけども、こういうでかいレースに、騎乗依頼をいただきありがたく思っていますし、結果が出せてほっとしています。
네, 너무 감사합니다. 제가 한국에 온 지 3번째인데요. 이런 좋은 말을 타고 이런 좋은 결과를 낼 수 있어서 너무 기쁩니다.
네, 맞아요. 14년 아시아 챌린지 그리고 16년 SBS 한일전에 기승했는데 바로 오늘 세 번째 경주 만에 한국에서 우승 트로피를 들어올리게 됐습니다. 많이 응원을 보내주신 팬분들께도 한 말씀 보내주시기 바랍니다.
応援してくださったさまざまなファンたちにこういったことをお願いします。
はい、たくさんの応援が力になりました。こうやって勝てて嬉しいです。また来たいです。韓国に。はい。
많은 응원이 힘이 되었습니다. 이렇게 결과를 낼 수 있어서 너무 기쁩니다. 또 한국에 오고 싶습니다.
네, 사실 뒤따라가는 말이었기 때문에 언제쯤 투입을 할지 참 궁금했거든요. 흐름이 조금 느렸던 게 아무래도 주요했던 걸까요?
はい、頭数もね少なかったんで、理想通りの位置に行けたっていうのと、動きたい時に動けたのが勝因だと思います。はい。
이상적인 위치를 잡을 수 있었던 것과 움직여야 되는 찬스에 움직일 수 있었던 게 승리와 이어진 것 같습니다.
네, 코리아컵 우승으로 인해서 미국 브리더스컵 클래식 미국 브리더스컵 더트 마일 출전권이 주어지게 됩니다. 경주 거리는 1600m인데요. 장거리가 유리한 딕테이어는 조금 불리하지 않을까 싶기도 한데 어떻게 생각하시는지 궁금합니다.
ブリダースカップに出れるチャンスが与えられるんですけど、その 1600m なんです。長距離が得意な딕테이언にはどうなるか出れるとしたら。
はい、長距離に関してはね、すごい得意な舞台だと思ってますんで、そういう状態にあってそういうチャンスがあればね、非常に楽しみな存在だと思ってます。
뭐 장거리는 어쨌든 1600이어도 특기인 말이기 때문에 만약에 나갈 수 있는 찬스가 있다면 열심히 해보고 싶습니다.
네, 알겠습니다. 딕테이언의 야노 기수 만나봤습니다.
ありがとうございました。
오늘 시상을 위해 OBS 토드 워즈스키 이사, 브리더스컵 조슈아 크리스티안 경마본부 부사장, 주한 뉴질랜드 대사관 던 베넷 대사, 주한 미국 대사관 켈리 스테인지 농무참사관, 국민참여혁신단 이영서 김경로님, 그리고 한국마사회 정기환 회장과 송대영 경마개최위원장께서 자리 빛내주고 계십니다. 고맙습니다.
We are deeply honored to introduce our distinguished VIPs who have made their precious time to join us here for the award presentation.
본격적인 시상 이어가도록 하겠습니다. 먼저 마주에 대한 시상입니다. 영예의 우승을 차지한 딕테이언의 지원 레이싱입니다. 축하드립니다.
The winning horse of the day, Dick Tyan and his owner, G1 Racing.
한국마사회 정기환 회장께서 우승 트로피와 축하의 꽃다발을, 국민참여혁신단 이영서님께서 응원 메시지를 담은 족자를, 김경로님께서 2025년 국제경주 스폰서인 브라운 포맨 코리아에서 제공하는 위스키를 전달드리겠습니다.
The trophy and flower will be presented by Mr. Jung Gi-wan, the CEO and the chairman of KRA, and good luck wishing roll paper handed by Ms. Lee Young-seo of People of Participation and Innovation Group, and the Brown Forman whiskey will be presented by Kim Young-ro.
네, 2023년부터 계속해서 연속해서 우승을 차지하고 있습니다. 오늘 일본 대표 딕테이언에게 돌아간 코리아컵의 우승컵 주인공 지원 레이싱 축하드립니다.
Congratulations to the owner of Dick Tyan.
네, 고맙습니다. 자리로 돌아가 주시고요. 이어서 조교사에 대한 시상 이어가도록 하겠습니다. 영예의 우승을 차지한 딕테이언의 아라야마 조교사입니다. 축하드립니다.
The award for the trainer, the winning horse of the day, Dick Tyan, and the trainer Katsunori Arayama.
OBS 토드 워즈스키 이사께서 우승 트로피와 축하의 꽃다발을, 주한 뉴질랜드 대사관 던 베넷 대사께서 브라운 포맨 코리아에서 제공하는 위스키를 드리겠습니다. 네.
The trophy and flowers will be presented by Todd Wojcicki, the OBS Director of Sales, and Ms. Dawn Bennett, the Ambassador of New Zealand Embassy, will present the official sponsor whiskey of Brown Forman.
네. 아라야마 조교사는 일본에서 통산 1000승을 앞두고 있는 일본 대표 조교사로 활동하고 있습니다. 네, 오늘 한국에 와서 제8회 코리아컵의 트로피를 들어올리게 됐습니다. 진심으로 축하드립니다.
Look in front of you to take the photograph.
고맙습니다.
Thank you very much.
끝으로 기수에 대한 시상 이어가겠습니다. 오늘 정말 멋진 추임력을 보여줬습니다. 딕테이언의 야노 기수입니다. 축하드립니다.
The award presentation for the jockey, Dick Tyan and Takayuki Yano jockey.
브리더스컵 조슈아 크리스티안 경마본부 부사장께서 우승 트로피와 축하의 꽃다발을 드리겠습니다. 또 주한 미국 대사관 켈리 스테인지 농무참사관께서는 위스키를 전달드리겠습니다.
The trophy and flower will be presented by Joshua Christian, the Vice President of Breeders' Cup Racing and Nomination, and Ms. Kelly Stange, the Agricultural Minister Counselor of the U.S. Embassy, will present the official sponsor whiskey from Brown Forman.
네, 딕테이언은 최근 출전했던 12번의 경주에서 모두 입상할 만큼 튼튼한 기본기를 가지고 있는 일본 말입니다. 네, 진심으로 야노 기수 축하드립니다. 네, 다음으로 브리더스컵 챌린지 시리즈로 지정된 코리아컵의 우승마에게 브리더스컵 더트마일 출전권 수여를 이어가겠습니다.
We'll continue celebrating now for the winners are granted with a chance to compete in the 2025 Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile, and we will now ask Vice President of the Breeders' Cup, Joshua Christian, to help us with handing over the winning plate.
네, 브리더스컵사에서 제공하는 출전 기념 상패까지 전달했습니다. 고맙습니다.
Thank you very much, and give a warm round of applause for the winning horse, Dick Tyan.
네, 이어서 제8회 OBS 코리아컵 경주에서 우승을 차지한 수상자들과 시상에 함께해 주신 관계자 여러분 기념사진 촬영이 있겠습니다.
We'll continue celebrating with our winner of the day while taking the photograph in front of you.
네, 아시아의 한계를 넘어 세계 무대로 향하는 K경마 경마팬 여러분과 함께하는 OBS 제8회 코리아컵 시상식 함께하고 계십니다.
Dick Taeyan joins here as the NAR horse. And it would be very much memorable event for today's winning event.
네, 고맙습니다. 계속해서 제8회 코리아컵 우승마인 딕테이언과 포토존에서 기념사진 촬영을 이어가도록 하겠습니다.
Now please move next to us and take photo with the horse.
한국 경마의 글로벌 위상을 높여가고 있습니다. 그 중에서 중요한 역할을 맡고 있는 국제경주 코리아컵 그리고 코리아 스프린트 출전한 각국 대표단에 감사의 말씀을 드립니다.
We thank you very much for all your participation and effort bringing the biggest and most festive international event from South Korea, the 8th OBS Korea Cup.
네. 제8회 OBS 코리아컵 경주 한마음으로 응원해주신 경마팬 여러분께도 감사의 말씀을 전하겠습니다. 네, 우승마인 딕테이언과의 사진 촬영까지 오늘 시상식 모두 마무리하겠습니다. 고맙습니다. 그리고 오늘 이곳 경마공원에서는 경마가 모두 종료된 후에도 드론 레이저쇼 등 야간 가을 축제가 계속돼서 이어지니까요. 경마팬 여러분들의 많은 관심과 또 참여 부탁드립니다.
This will be the end of the award presentation ceremony for the 8th OBS Korea Cup. Thank you for joining us.